Hello and welcome to the NewsMan, the news for the intelligent Indian.
The complex path to biofuel sustainability. Before we do a deep dive, let us first define biofuel. Biofuels are renewable fuels derived from biological material such as plants, animals, or microorganisms. They can be used as alternatives or supplements to fossil fuels. They can be used in existing combustion engines with little to no modifications. Biofuels are classified into four main types. In India, biofuel is synonymous with first generation or 1G ethanol, which is primarily sourced from food crops. Now, India's revised national policy on biofuel has set a target of achieving 20% blending of ethanol in petrol by 2025 and 5% blending of biodiesel in diesel by 2030. It provides incentive and support for the production of advanced biofuel and allows the use of sugarcane juice, sugar-containing material, and surplus food grains for ethanol production. India has made significant progress in increasing its ethanol production. According to the Ministry of Petroleum and Natural Gas, in 2020-21, India achieved an average ethanol blending of 8.5% in petrol, and ethanol supply increased to 2.13 billion liters. Recently, India launched the Global Biofuel Alliance at the G20 summit in New Delhi, along with United States, Brazil, and other countries. It aims to contribute to the global efforts to achieve net zero emissions by 2050 by enhancing the utilization of sustainable biofuel. This editorial discusses the challenges in scaling up sugarcane and food crop fed and ethanol-led biofuel expansion. The challenges include groundwater depletion due to excessive sugarcane production and food security implications of diverting surplus food grains for biofuel expansion when India's crop yields have already stagnated. So what is the way forward? Number one, sustainable biofuels need to be produced from crop residues and other wastes with low water and greenhouse gas footprint. Number two, the Energy Transitions Commission report on bioresources within a net zero emissions economy recommends that biomass should be prioritized in sectors where there are limited low carbon alternatives. Number three, decentralizing production of second generation ethanol so that crop residues do not have to be transported large distances to a central manufacturing plant. And finally, establishing an efficient biomass supply chain by harnessing the Global Biofuel Alliance. Ridding India of food insecurity. India is facing accelerating food price inflation. Let us look at two illustrations. Number one, the National Family Health Survey NFHS5 estimated that over 50% of adult women are anemic and have a nutritional deficiency. And according to an FAO report, 74% of the Indian population cannot afford a healthy diet. Number two, in July this year, annual inflation exceeded 11%, the highest in a decade. RBI's inflation targeting has not been very effective in this regard, as it does nothing to manage food inflation stemming from the supply side. These two instances prove that interventions must be on the supply side to increase production. To boost agriculture supply, we can learn from the successful Green Revolution of the 1960s, which provided farmers with high yield seeds, affordable credit, and guaranteed prices. However, it had drawbacks like a focus on cereals over protein-rich pulses, over-reliance on price support, and excessive use of subsidized fertilizers that harmed soil health. Thus, a second agriculture revolution is needed, involving on-farm yield enhancements, 100% irrigation coverage, agriculture extension, easing land leasing restrictions, revitalizing agriculture research, and improving coordination between central and state governments. India publishes draft guidelines to prevent and regulate dark patterns. Now, what are dark patterns? Coined by British user experience researcher Harry Brignall in 2010, dark patterns are deceptive user interface design tricks used in digital products that exploit users' cognitive biases and make them act against their own best interest, benefiting the businesses at the user's expense. Examples of dark patterns include the auto check mark for travel insurance while booking flight tickets, the mandatory requirement of entering emails or phone numbers to access e-commerce sites, which are then used to send text messages or emails that become very difficult to block, or birthday wishes that nudge users to buy a gift. An Advertising Standard Council of India report estimated that over 50% of e-commerce sites used dark patterns to sell their products. The guidelines detail ways to identify and prevent common dark patterns like false urgency, basket sneaking, confirm shaming, forced action, and a subscription trap by online platforms. These measures will boost user confidence and ensure a safe, secure, accessible, and a fair digital environment. Central government introduces the new Post Office Bill 2023 in the Rajya Sabha to replace the outdated Indian Post Office Act 1898. While the 1898 Act primarily focused on mail services, the new bill acknowledges the changing landscape where post offices are now vital for delivering various citizen-centric services. Let us look at some of the bill's key features. The bill authorizes the Director General of Postal Services to create regulations related to pricing and charges for services offered by the post office. This provision enables the Postal Department to swiftly adapt to market demands and competition. It gives the central government the authority to intercept, open, or detain mails for national security and public safety. This provision aims to prevent smuggling and unlawful transmission of contraband goods through postal parcels. It also introduces standards for digital addressing and post codes, paving the way for geospatial coordinates instead of traditional physical addresses. Finally, the new bill removes the central government's exclusive right to handle letters and related services, which had become outdated due to the rise of courier services in the 1980s. And that's a wrap up. Thank you for watching.